So if you own a corporation or you're going to start a corporation or incorporate, when is it okay to use a numbered name instead of a word name? Well, what do I mean by numbered name? Well, maybe you've seen before a business name where it's like 924678836 Saskatchewan Ltd, or Alberta Ltd, or 126542 Ontario Ltd, or Corp, or Inc. If you've seen that before, that's the name of a business, of a corporation, so a business that has actually been incorporated, and if it has the province in there, that's a sign that it was incorporated in that province. And then the number is just the distinctive to show it from other corporations in that province that would have a different number. So when you go to incorporate a business either federally in Canada or in one of the provinces here, you do have the option to incorporate just using a number name. So you'll get that, whatever it might be, 7, 8, 9 digit number followed by the province, and then you choose Inc., Ltd, or Corp, or Limited, Incorporated, or Corporation. So that is a numbered name for a corporation as opposed to a word name. You know, a word name could be ABC Construction Services Inc. or ABC Cleaning Services Ltd, or whatever it may be. So knowing that, when would you just use a numbered name and why would you use a numbered name, and when is it okay to use a numbered name? Well, that's what I'm going to address in this video today. So when is it okay and why would you use this? A good example would be if you're just creating like a holding company. You know, maybe you bought some commercial real estate, you bought some like small strip mall or some standalone commercial building that you're just going to rent out. And so the business is just holding this asset. You're not really, you know, advertising, doing any like front facing operations. You don't really have branding or logos or anything like that. It's really just a corporation to hold an asset. Now in that example, typically that would be fine just to go with a numbered name. Like you don't really need to pay the extra or go through the extra work to use a word name for that corporation. Because if you're trying to lease out that building, you know, you're going to lease it to a different company and they're the ones that are going to be more public facing. And so they maybe need a business name and logos and branding and things like that. But in this case, if you're just using it as like a holding company, then it doesn't really matter. Like when you sign leases, it'll have your numbered name on the lease, or if you're getting property insurance or things like that, maybe your GST account, you won't have a business name because you've never registered one. So that would probably be the best example where it's fine to have, you know, a numbered name rather than a word name for your corporation. Now, another scenario and where this would be okay is if you're just not sure yet what you want to call your business. If you know that you want to incorporate and you want to get it set up, but you haven't decided, you can go ahead and do that. And then later on, you can register what's called a trade name to that corporation. And actually, if you want to, you can register multiple trade names to that corporation, just like you can register multiple trade names to a human individual. So if you're just in a hurry to get the corporation set up and you're going to figure out the name later, that would be another scenario in which it would be okay. The thing is, before you start advertising and using a business name publicly, you'll want to register that business name, that trade name. And obviously I can't speak for the whole world here, but there are penalties, at least where I live, if you are advertising, marketing your business under a business name that you've never actually registered. So in that case, let's say January 1st, you incorporate, you're not sure what your business name is going to be. And then February 1st, you decide on a business name, you can go and register that. And then you can start advertising under that business name. And maybe you want two of them. Maybe you want to be ABC Residential Cleaning Services, and you also want to have ABC Power Washing Services. So those are similar businesses that could all be operated under one corporation, but maybe you want two different trade names to kind of distinguish them and separate them a little bit. So anyways, that is a brief explanation on using numbered names for corporations and also when to register a word name. Hopefully the video was helpful. If so, please click like. And feel free to check out my YouTube channel here where I currently have about 200 videos that cover business management and business startup topics.